All right, so hello, hi, how's everybody out there doing today? It is of course your boy Volandis back with another video, and I am so happy to be back and doing these videos and making these videos. It's been a long time since I sat down and made a video like this one. For anybody who is interested, real quick, my chemotherapy and my leukemia diagnosis and all of that stuff is going as scheduled and is going to plan. I am doing all right for the most part. Clearly, I've got some things that, prevent me from wanting to sit down here and make these videos or go out and make some videos. But for the most part, I'm doing okay. I'm feeling okay. And honestly, it's all I can ask for at this point in the journey. So for anybody who's wondering, I'm doing all right. I'm doing okay. I'm sick a little bit. I'm hurting a little bit. But outside of that, I'm doing okay mentally. Here and there, things get rough. But for the most part, I'm doing okay. All right, but with that out the way, in today's video, we're going to be talking about some lenses that I am absolutely in love with. And that is the DZO Vespid Prime lenses. Now, lens choice is probably one of my favorite things when it comes to filmmaking. A lot of people may not care about the lens choice. Some people may care about camera choice more. They may care about lighting more. They may care about set design more. A plethora of other things may be considered before someone considers which lens they're going to use. And that's okay. That's why I think filmmaking is amazing, because everybody's different. Everybody has things that they care about more than the next thing. And I care about all of those things too. I think set design and lighting is probably one of my favorite things to focus on when doing any type of video. Like this video here, like everything is where it is for a reason. The lighting is, I'm sitting here doing this video in this spot because of the lighting for a reason. So all of those things matter to me. But when it comes to lens choice, I feel like there's so many different ways you can go and so many different things you can do when it comes to lens choice. And before we get into it, no, DZO is not sponsoring this video. They didn't ask me to make this video. In fact, I bought these lenses with my own money. So anyway, yeah, the DZO Vespid Prime lenses. These are my favorite lenses of all time that I've ever used for anything video creating or filmmaking in general. And in my opinion, these are the perfect lenses for anybody, whether you're just starting out or if you're a seasoned DP or filmmaker. I feel like these lenses make everything look so good and feel like a movie. I mean, in fact, when you open up the box to these lenses, the box literally says make your movie. So they're telling you what these lenses are capable of before you even get started. Some people may even consider these DZO lenses pretty expensive depending on who you ask. But I think if you're just starting out, even if you're not just starting out, if you're looking for a budget lens and you're looking for a budget lens that does things really well and renders colors really well and has all the things that you want within a prime cinema lens, these are probably, in my opinion, the most perfect lens that you're probably going to get for the money. And I think that if you can afford these lenses, in my opinion, they're pretty affordable considering how expensive lenses can get. But if you can afford these lenses, then you'll be doing yourself a huge service in the videos you're going to make and the films you're going to create using them. And these DZO Vespid Primes have been on my camera since I first used one a couple years ago. I use them for quite literally everything, whether that's making these sit down talking head videos out in the streets, videos around the house of my cats, whatever the case may be. I'm using a DZO Vespid Prime lens. Now the lenses that I own are the 75, the 50, the 90 millimeter, the 35, and the 21 millimeter. Now out of all of these lenses, my favorite one is probably the 35. 35 is my favorite focal length, so that's one reason. Another reason is I think it's the most balanced of all of the lenses. I think you can use it for quite literally everything depending on what you're making. But for me, it works out in most cases. It was the only cinema lens that I had for the longest time. So it was the only lens that I was using for the longest time. And for what I was shooting, it worked out perfectly. Now, as far as the movie look or the cinematic look, I feel like these lenses capture that perfectly. But in my opinion, I feel like you can use any lens, and if you're using it with the intentions on making something cinematic or making something look like a movie, then it quite literally will look like that if those are your intentions and that's what you're going for. Now for me, and in my opinion, these lenses have a very kind of warmish, kind of vintagey kind of feel and vibe to them. I know people don't really like using the vintage word, but to me they have enough character that isn't like super clinical, super clean, and that feel that I don't necessarily go towards when I'm making my videos. I like my videos to feel kind of dirty. I like grain. I like imperfections. I like things that don't necessarily always make sense when you're filming something, or you want something to feel clean. I like the dirtiness of and imperfections of lenses and cameras and everything that has to do with photography and filmmaking. And I feel like these lenses are a good in between for both of those. I feel like if you want to make something super clean and clinical, you could use these lenses. And if you also want to make something kind of vintage and dirty, you could also use these lenses because they work great for both things. Where the lenses are also beautiful. They're built really, really well. Actually, I dropped my 35. Well, I didn't drop my 35. My friend dropped my 35 off a tripod. Still works. I dropped my 35 again. Actually, I did drop my 35. I dropped my 35 off the side of my car when I was trying to film myself in my car, and it still works perfectly fine. The focus throw still works perfectly fine. It's just an all-around well-built lens. I have one that fell on the ground twice, so take it from me. The lenses come in either PL or EF mount. I usually use the EF mount and adapt it to my Sony camera, which is something that I don't love. I wish they made an E-mount version of these lenses, but that makes sense. A lot of cinema lenses don't make E-mount versions of their lenses for whatever reason, but it is what it is. Something else that can be a problem and has been a problem for me is, like I said earlier, they're heavy, which is a good thing in some cases. But when I'm mounting my camera to, say, my skateboard, my car, or whatever the case may be, the fact that the lens is so heavy is going to weigh the clamps down sometimes. Sometimes I'm doing this stuff on a budget, in a hurry, and just like kind of throwing stuff together, which is why I should, probably take my time and do less of that so I don't drop my camera and lenses. But I'm using one suction cup clamp, or just one clamp with my skateboard, and the lens is just weighing. It's just not enough to hold the lens up, which kind of weighs it down. But a lot of times I do budget-friendly filmmaking, which is what I'm all about. So I just try to make it work as much as I can. And for the most part, it works. But these lenses are heavy, so they do weigh down some rigs. But yeah, that's really all I have for this video. I'm honestly just super excited to sit down and talk to a camera again. I feel like I haven't done this in forever, and it's been kind of challenging, but I've honestly had a lot of fun sitting here just talking to the camera, because I haven't done it in a long time and I want to get back to it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, got something out of it. If you are not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. If you're already subscribed, I'm not talking to you because you already did what you had to do. So with that being said, we're going to get up out of here and we're going to go do some shit, man. You know the vibes. Let's get it. But also, before we get out of here, if you want to see more of me outside of filmmaking and photography and these type of videos, please go subscribe to Vuv Films. I'm transitioning that channel into just kind of a vlogish, kind of cinematic vlogish kind of channel to kind of talk about my experience with cancer and leukemia, and just be a normal, regular kind of human being over there, and just like show you guys me, and not like this whole just like these type of videos where it's all about filmmaking and stuff like that. So if you want to go see more of that, please go over to Vuv Films and hit subscribe and tap in with your boy. So now, with that being said, we're going to get up out of here and go do some shit. You know the vibes. Let's get it.
I think I've lost my mind. And I was always taught that when you lose things, you should go back to where you last had them. And that's where I keep running into you. If you're listening, I miss you. I never met him. Our paths never crossed. So what am I missing? What have I lost?